A very warm welcome to all the viewers of KCGC TV. I, Poonam Sharma, Assistant Professor in Sociology at Khalsa College, Amritsar of Technology and Business Studies, Mohali. Today I will be talking on the theory of class conflict given by Karl Marx. The history of all hetero-existing society is the history of class struggle. It means in order to understand the class struggle, we need to understand the history of existing society. The word class originated from the Latin term classes, which refers to a group called two arms, that is a division of people. In Marx terms, class is the manifestation of economic differentiation. A social class is any aggregate of persons who perform the same function in the organization of the production. It is determined not by the income or the occupation, but by the position an individual occupies and the function he performs in the process of production. For example, two carpenters, of whom one is the shop owner and the other his paid worker, belong to two different classes even though their occupation is the same. According to Marx, a social class occupies a fixed place in the process of production. He differentiates stages of human history on the basis of modes of production. He distinguished between the five major modes of production, that are primitive or Asiatic, ancient, feudal, capitalist and communist. And each stage is further divided into two different classes, that is haves and have-nots. Primitive society is a classless society. Ancient society is divided into masters and slaves. Feudal is divided into lords and serfs. Capitalist society is divided into capitalists and laborers. Haves are the owners of the land or capital and often called as bourgeoisie, whereas have-nots are those who own nothing but they have labor power and often called as proletariats. Marx defined a class as all those who share a common relationship to the means of production. Those who own and control the means of production are slave owners, feudal land owners, or the owners of property such as factories or capital, and they are known as a dominant and ruling class. Those who work for them are slaves, peasants, or industrial laborers, and they are known as the subordinate class. The relationship between these two classes is not only of dominance and subordination, but also of exploitation. This, in Marx's view, dominance is the essence of exploitation and the main source of conflict between the classes that has occurred throughout the history. Under the capitalist stage, the producers and the workers are legally free, being attached neither to the land nor to any particular factory. The bourgeoisie maximize the profit through expansion of new markets, technology, surplus value and exploitation of proletariats. Capitalists revolutionized instrument of production and thereby the relation of production, and with them whole relation of society. The old traditional industry got this, and workers have finally revolted. The laborers do not possess any means of production and compelled to sell their labor power, thereby come under yoke of exploitation. This exploitation results in increasing the inequality between haves and have-nots. Capitalists accumulate profit through the exploitation of labor. The workers produce more wealth in the form of food, manufacture goods and services than is necessary to meet their basic needs. This is known as the theory of surplus value. In other words, they produce surplus wealth, but they do not enjoy the use of surplus that they have created. Value of commodity is roughly equal to the quality of labor certain in it. The workers receive the salary, who is less than the actual duration of work, that is less than the value of commodity that he or she produces. Thus, surplus value refer to the quantity of value produced by the worker beyond the necessary labor time. The term alienation used as a phenomena related to the structure of those societies in which the producer, the one who performs the labor, is delinked from the means of production, and in which that dead labor, that is capital, commodity or end product, dominates the living labor, that is the worker. It is the state of feeling estranged or separated from one's work or product of work. The process of alienation is central to the Marxian theory of class conflict. The economic exploitation and inhuman working conditions lead to increasing alienation of man. The workers caught in the vicious circle of exploitation find no way to get out of it. Hence, they lose interest in the work, Work becomes an enforced activity, not a creative or a satisfying one. The responsibility of the worker gets diminished because he does not own that false consciousness has been replaced by the full awareness of the true situation, by a realization of the nature of exploitation. Class consciousness is consciousness of one's social class or economic rank in a society. It is of two types, class in itself and class for itself. In class in itself may be defined as a category of people having common relation to the means of production. They have accepted their position in a society and have resigned to their fate. Class for itself may be defined as a group of people organized in active pursuit of their own interest. People of this category feel that with their hard work and determination, anyone can change his or her position or a class, as they have nothing to lose except the change of knowledge. Thus, class consciousness means class in itself changes into class for itself. Members of a same class develop a common identity, recognize their shared interest and unite, so producing class solidarity. When the class struggle reaches its height, a violent revolution breaks out which destroys the structure of the capitalist society. This revolution is most likely to occur at the peak of an economic crisis, which is the part of reoccurring booms and repercussions characteristics of capitalism. The revolution terminates capitalist society and leads to the social dictatorship of the proletariat. The revolution is violent, but it does not necessarily involve mass killings of the bourgeoisie. Since property is wrested from them, the bourgeoisie will cease to have power and will be transformed. Thus, in inevitable historical process, destroy the bourgeoisie and the proletariats establish a social dictatorship, merely a transitional phase to consolidate the gains of this revolution. Socialization of the effective private property will eliminate class and thereby the causes of social conflict. The state will eventually wither away as it becomes obsolete in a classless society in which nobody owns anything but everything, and each individual contributes according to his ability and receives according to his need. This, in a nutshell, is Karl Marx's theory of class conflict. Thank you.